It's too bad it's not video, because all I want to do is dance.
Hey, we're live. Shut the fuck up.
It's still there.
All right, bros. Punt Talk episode 8. Don't call it a comeback, LL Cool J. It's not called that, though. It's called Mama Will Knock You Out. We just figured that out. But we have our first Punt Talk podcast with some OG GGGs. We got Chris.
OG GGGs.
Chris with the comeback intro because he has made quite the comeback, which we'll talk about in fantasy football.
Unprecedented.
We're all hanging out at Aha's right now, getting ready for the Niner game. About to kick off in about 15 minutes. Aha's
10 minutes.
here.
Oh, what up, dog?
Aha's here. So we're doing a little trio. The first thing I wanted to talk about before we get into fantasy football, though, is just because I know I've mentioned in a couple of previous podcasts, is the Hustler scandal has finally come to a close.
Oh.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Did you know that? I didn't know
So it's been 2.5 months of investigation. California Gaming came in and told them that they are still good to go with it. So in the last 2 months, they still have been doing their stream, which a lot of professional poker players and a lot of the how do you say it? The ambassadors of poker thought was a bad idea.
Yeah.
They said you should not be doing this stream. Oh, sorry.
God damn it.
Oh, that's gonna wreck people's earlobes
Oh,
later.
we weren't wearing headphones.
Hey, mark the time. Yeah, mark the time so that we can give him you can't give him a pre-heads up.
Hey guys, heads up at 1:40. Now that it's past.
Go back 15
Hey, go back 15
down.
seconds and mute your mic.
Wait, yeah, turn it back on. Oh, shit, it's muted, though. How did they hear it?
So anyways, California Gaming came in and said it was good to go, but a lot of poker entrepreneurs thought it was a bad idea for Hustler Casino to still be doing their streams. The last 2 months, they have still been doing it, even with the investigation. But anyways, it came out today, and some people say this is fake. Like, some people say, like, Hustler did this to build a brand, right? Some people said that this is all, like, planned.
Would be a smart move.
I don't think so.
She wasn't hot enough, though, if you ask me.
But anyways,
We're live.
we Hustler has come back, and there was, quote unquote, no wrongdoing. So they did 2.5 months, couldn't figure anything out. They had a cybersecurity team, like I said, Cali Gaming come in. Happened on September 29th. Garrett Adelstein has not, who is one of the best no limit high stakes poker player in the world. Cash game guys. He has not played poker since, he has said on his Twitter.
It's weird that a guy named Garrett's good at poker.
Yeah. So he has mentioned, he actually retweeted the Hustler's statement today about the no wrongdoing, and he said that he is willing to come back, but it has been a very nice break, clearing his mind, and now he is ready to come back, but not sure when. So we're putting a kibosh on the Hustler scandal. Now we're just focusing today on fantasy football and Niners.
Boom.
So, like I said, Chris and Aha are here. First guests for Punt Talk. I love it. Very excited. We did a little intro of "Don't Call It a Comeback" because Chris, go ahead. Let's talk about your. So we all like. We all like to give Chris a hard time about his fantasy football, and you guys have listened to my first few podcasts. If you haven't, shame on you. But we talk shit about Chris and his team.
I think every single episode that fantasy football has ever been mentioned on one of your fucking podcasts, my name is not only called out, but some very specific story is called out. Now, I will say there's one thing I was going to say that triggered this season for me. And at the beginning of the year, I got a, what are they called? What are the videos you guys sent me? What's it called?
Cameo.
Got a cameo from a Mr. Darren McFadden.
Yes.
Now, you guys didn't know at the time. I think that may have been like a catalyst, you know, because
He turned your team around.
it turned something around. I'll tell you that much,
Yeah.
because we were just looking at the numbers. I started out 0-6. I thought it was 0-5 last night. We were talking through the group. I said 0-5. I was 0-6.
But then a win and a loss, so 1-7.
And then I went 1-7.
And Chris squeaked in and got 5th place.
Fifth place.
Yeah. He won out and got 5th place. So Darren McFadden, all those years, those keeper years of Chris keeping Darren that did absolute jack shit for him, he has come back in the end.
You know, I thought about that
Save
later
your
too.
fantasy
Did
team.
Darren McFadden know that we were also kind of making fun of him?
I'm sure he
Must
did.
have. I mean,
You
once
know?
once you hear that you drafted him like 5 times.
Yeah, you know.
He giggled a little.
In retrospect, I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
This is the best year of McFadden contributing to your team.
Without a doubt.
Make trades.
Without
He's
a doubt. I'm telling you that's what did it.
So
And I just had to grind it out and just you know, I kept my eyes open and my ears open as well.
To the ground.
You were listening to the shit we were talking.
Yeah, yes, yeah. And I remember I got my draft. I got a C- draft grade
don't
from
believe-
Yahoo,
don't
which
believe
really,
in that stuff. That's
really just it just it grinded my gears.
Yeah.
And it really stuck in my craw.
Yeah.
It really did. And
So what I was trying to say earlier though is this is my first guess on is because I think my episode 2, Chris is texting me going, "Hey motherfucker."
not only that, you mentioned the Bernard Berrien amazing
Yes.
Gus Farrat 99-yard touchdown pass, which was one of the coolest things that ever happened in my lifetime. It was in your house,
Yeah.
in your living room, which made it even better.
So what I'm trying to say is Chris texted me after like episode 2. It was like, "Hey, listen, motherfucker. If you're gonna talk shit, I want to be on and defend myself."
Yeah,
so Chris,
something, yeah.
So Chris
Yeah.
is here. We're
Yeah.
watching the Niners.
Cheers.
We're broing out tonight, drinking beers, tasting whiskey, and we're letting Chris defend himself.
That's right, absolutely.
So let's talk real quick, the three of us, about the fantasy playoff scenarios.
Oh man,
So Chris obviously won 5 in a row to sneak in, but you did have a good amount of points.
I
That's
had
why-
a lot of points.
that's why
I
you-
had
that's
the,
why
I
you got
have,
fifth.
I think I have one of the most points against in the league.
Points are overrated.
Yeah.
Coming from you, that makes sense.
So what we had going on, we had a scenario where if Zach won, Zach was in, and then it was up to Chris, Adam, and
me
John.
and Adam, John. Yes, yeah, and I had more points than not the three of them because I think Zach had more points than me for a minute.
Zach has a lot of points.
Yeah, but because of his just lost by what point? What was it? 0.14.
So Zach lost.
Because Debo went out.
That's right.
So Zach, for you at home here, let's play it out here. So Zach, if Zach wins, he's in, and then the last spot is between Chris, John, and Adam.
And I
Zach-
had way more points than John and Adam. I mean, not
Zach-
way more, but I mean,
Yeah.
quite a bit more.
So Zach loses.
Yeah, fun the numbers there. Yeah.
Zach loses by 0.14, and he has Debo in. He loses by 0.14.
28 points.
So now, wait, what is it? Oh, we talked about this. So now, but Zach
That's not a
still
lot.
has a chance in
If
If-
Kyler Murray.
if John loses.
Yeah.
If John loses,
Yeah.
Yep.
So Kyler Murray needed to outscore
and you,
the
And,
tight end
and
by 10.
John's playing me. I have Kyler Murray.
what was the score going into that game?
I had Kyler Murray, and I needed to beat John. He had Hunter Henry,
Yeah.
and I needed to beat John by 10.
It was Hunter Henry and 10 points against Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Which I mean, Hunter Henry isn't. I mean, he hasn't done a whole lot.
But he had a
this
good
year,
game.
right?
He ended up going like 4 for 70 or something.
But if
Did
Zach,
he? Okay, all right.
so John needs Zach to lose, and then he needs to beat me.
Yep.
And John got Zach to lose by 0.14 with Debo in, mind you.
Unbelievable.
And then he comes up on a Monday night game where he needs to now beat me, and I can beat him by. I think he had I had 10 points on him. Was that
Yeah,
right? No,
I think
he
so.
had 10 points
He had
on
10
me.
on you.
Yeah, he had
So
10
you
on
needed
me.
a good Kyler night.
So I
Yeah.
needed a good Kyler against a shitty Hunter, which could have happened for him.
Easily,
But he
yeah.
just got the icing on the cake with Murray hurt within the
Was
first
it
3
15
plays.
seconds into the game or whatever it was?
The
It was
third
real,
play,
yeah, third
he tears
play.
his ACL and John is in.
It's a little poetic though, because like
Yeah.
if Debo doesn't get hurt, he's out, and then Kyler does get hurt, he's out.
Oh, and John also needed Adam to lose, right?
I think so.
So John needed Zach to lose, Adam to lose, and to beat me.
Yeah, I think so.
And if I would have
Who did Adam lose to?
if I would have beat John, Adam Dominguez would have been in.
Yeah,
So
look
the
this up.
stars all aligned for
Would have been
John.
smart of us before this podcast to do more. I mean, you guys did a little research. Good for you
Yeah, I
guys.
did research.
came in here real,
He's
No,
smart to be.
real.
Well, no, even if it's not the
Just
truth,
flying high and what?
even if it's not the truth, we're rolling with it. We're just gonna make for drama.
No, it works.
So John needed Adam to lose, Zach to lose, and he needed to beat me. Zach lost by 0.14. Adam lost. And then he had Hunter Henry needing to outscore Murray by 10, and Murray gets torn ACL.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
John's in the 6th spot, playing AHA, right?
Yeah.
Yep, John's playing AHA, Garrett's playing Chris. Now, real quick, Chris, I want to touch base with this because, like we said in my first podcast, I said Chris doesn't trade. Darren McFadden got the cameo. He told you need to trade your
For
team.
many
man.
years, I didn't trade. I was very against
didn't
it. I always had like buyer's remorse, you know?
Yeah.
Like I was so terrified that I'd trade this guy away that I had a good feeling about, and then all of a sudden I gotta watch him fucking blow up on some jabroni's team
So-
that's not mine.
So for the viewers at home,
but I made a lot of trades this year.
real quick, Chris had a
Mostly because your brother, Little Hellman, Adam, just oh my god, if that motherfucker wants a trade from you,
had any of them.
you're gonna be what's the word I want? You're gonna be not devastated. It's not the quite word. You know when you get a whole lot of text messages from somebody.
Oh, inundated.
Thank you, Thank you. You're gonna be inundated on a constant basis from your brother.
So my brother,
He has a skill unmatched to that, and that's how he got That's how he got Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
That's how he got who else? He was another one he pulled out his ass.
Have you guys seen this?
no.
It's this new thing where you like. I
Oh,
can't
that's
do
cool.
We open a can with another
You
can.
just pull it back and it
And I'll show you later how to pour one into a red solo cup without touching anything. I'll show you that later.
Oh, really?
So
You do
anyways-
how you get? Oh, that sounds.
So my brother literally rides your cock until you trade him what he wants, Chris, right?
No, yeah. I mean,
Rides
listen.
your cock
I mean,
until you trade him.
it's not. I mean, granted, it's not like I'm not talking like he's just stupidly harassing you. No,
He's annoyingly.
He's inundating you with like different facts that maybe you hadn't heard of. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I don't know if you know this, bro, but Elijah Moore last week was in 78% of dropbacks. Like, oh, that sounds cool on paper, bro, but it turned into 2 catches for 11 yards. So
Very tenacious.
fucking great. Yeah.
So you should give me
Wise
Jefferson.
Yeah, no,
for Elijah
exactly. Yeah,
Moore.
right. Yeah. Did you hear what I said? I just told you that he got 70% target share last week. Okay, cool.
So, anyways, you all know my previous podcast. My brother had the biggest trade of the year with Henry.
Ugh.
But let's look at these Chris trades. So Chris traded. Chris now has on his team that
I
he
regret the
traded
Tyreek Hill trade. I mean, granted, think about it though. At the time, stupid trade. But today, how's Tyreek doing right now? He's a little banged up, isn't he? I know he's playing.
Well, he's still really good though.
Shut. Yeah.
You know,
So
he was number 1 in yards. Now he's top 4.
no, that's my biggest regret is the Dominguez trade for Tyreek Hill.
So
Other than that, though.
Chris's trades, I think we talked about this though. Is
Yeah.
you got Josh Jacobs for
Brandon Cooks.
What a trade!
Fleece.
Hey, the Raiders were coming off of a 0-4, 0-3 start. They weren't running the ball, and I knew how you going to win games, guys. You got to go back to the ground.
You saw that weak ass start.
I
You
saw,
thought,
yeah.
Me too, dog.
Yeah,
That's right.
yes, that's right.
Chris is gonna name his firstborn son Owen.
And then you got Judy in a trade. Who'd you get for Judy? Who'd you send away?
I got Fields.
No, I haven't gone there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But
Well,
what
Fields was first though. Fields was before that.
I haven't gone there.
Judy. Who did I trade for? I traded your brother for Judy. Who did I get? I don't remember who I traded away for Judy. Oh, Ezekiel Elliott.
Okay.
Well, I had Pollard, so I'm never. He was like, he was like, hey, bro, there's no way you're ever gonna start Ezekiel Elliott over Pollard. And I'm like, well, he's right.
Well, you're
and
fucking
you
right.
and you need a receiver. I'm like, well, he's right there too. So he was again. I was like, well, and so I did that one. That's what it was.
So you got Judy, which isn't impressive, but he had a good
Until he had
last
3
week.
touchdowns
Yeah.
last week, which was sweet.
And he's been 73%.
And Colin and Sutton's been out, and he's out again. I think this week. So who are you gonna throw to?
Yep.
Yeah, and who's gonna throw it to you?
Well, again, we will see about that. I'm telling you, Russ has been shit. So you never know.
And then the big trade.
Aaron Rodgers, who do you take over for? Right?
And then the big trade. I don't even know who you were starting. Derek Carr. The big trade was you got Fields.
Yeah, I got Fields that was a almost failed trade because it was for Keenan Allen.
No, that's good for you still, I think.
No, I mean I agree, but at the time it was Keenan Allen was gonna be good.
You know, Chris, I'm looking at your team right now. Your running backs are ridiculous,
Scary.
but there is nothing sexual about your wide receivers.
No, I just picked up Paris Campbell yesterday, bro.
Yeah, I see this.
And I'm playing him because I have Tyler Boyd, who's he's got points because he has a game where he'll go a touchdown or whatever.
And they're going to score 35 points.
Yeah, exactly. And he's going to throw it. But there's other games where Mixon's going to have 4 touchdowns, and then Jamar Chase is back, so he's going to get 38 fucking targets.
Yeah, you got Boyd on the bench. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's got
So
he's got a hurt
you
finger.
got Thielen, Judy, Campbell, and Boyd. I don't like it at all.
I don't either. I've never liked my receivers. That's
But
where I
your
struggle.
running backs are going to win this.
Or
For you.
gangster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Chris's running backs, he has 3 of the top 5 in the league right now. He has Pollard, McCaffrey, and Jacobs, and he has Fields.
What's that like?
So it's pretty nice. And McCaffrey already has 1.7.
Dude, I'm telling you, the only reason I accepted that trade with Dominguez is because I got Thielen. And I love saying
Yeah, we know you.
I'm in the
I'm
building
in the
and I'm
building.
feeling myself.
Yeah, we know-
That's
we know
the only
you
reason
love-
I think
yeah, you
that I
love
accepted
Thielen.
that fucking trade.
Remember we talked about players that we would like take with us to the grave, like players
Yes,
we always
yes, see,
draft?
yeah,
Thielen was
yes.
your boy.
And
Thielen's your
Dominguez
boy.
knew it. He was like, how can I get Tyreek Hill? Oh, wait. Chris has a weird, sneaky love for Adam Thielen for no reason.
Yeah, you got Thielen
He
and,
knew
and
it.
Elliott. Thielen and Elliott for Tyreek.
So all I gave up was Hill and Hilliard.
Yeah.
And I got Elijah Moore, Thielen, and Zeke.
Yeah.
Which
you
at the
get-
time, Elijah Moore was going to be bigger than he ever was. You know, the Jets, last year he had a great year. He looked good, and then he just hasn't done anything.
and if
Until
you-
last week, he had like fucking
and if you
12,
asked me-
12 catches or some shit.
If you asked me, Hill going to Miami with Tua is a lot worse than Mahomes, but Hill has just tore it up.
Yeah, no, it's been really, really hard
That
all
was a
year
week
long.
one.
Dude,
That was
the
a week
worst-
one trade.
My
That was a
heart,
week
yeah,
one
my
trade.
hardest pains all year long has been seeing. Oh, he got 200 and like something 15 one week. He got 150 another week, 175. It's been really hard seeing not only that how many yards, but he's getting like 9, 12, 11 catches every
'Cause he
fucking
was always
game.
like a big catch, dude.
No,
It's
totally.
Like
Yeah, you get like
50 yarders, 40
you get like
yarders.
6 catches, maybe 160.
Yeah, but you get like one ball.
Now he's getting like 11 catches for like almost 200 plus.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, at the end of the day, this podcast is for Chris to kind of stick his middle finger to us because we all talk crap about Chris's team, and I did, and he was like, hey, you're going to talk crap about my team? Let me defend myself. Well, you know what? With these trades, you have defended yourself, Chris.
I have.
And I love your team. I really think, obviously, my brother's team is so fucking strong.
Oh, it's not even it's horseshit. Is what
But
it is.
I feel like I said, I'm rooting for you and Aha to get your names in the trophy. That's what I'm rooting for.
If your brother gets his name on the trophy this year, I demand we put an asterisk next to it,
It probably-
just to piss him off
it's
really badly.
It's probably happening.
Even if it's a
so, yeah.
sticker, I just have to keep re-putting back on it. I will do that. I'll
only
buy
way-
asterisk stickers.
The only way I'm getting my name on there is if Chris beats your brother and his team celebrates by all going out and breaking their legs.
It could happen.
So, anyways, that
Oh
was,
shit, guys, we got game time.
That's all right. Aha's gonna do his whiskeys, and we'll be good.
Oh, I forgot about the whiskeys.
Yeah, and then,
So,
then we'll go to the sports park.
Let me
So fantasy.
please get the score.
So fantasy playoff scenario there for Chris. We got
McCaffrey's playing right now.
Chris. We got
Okay,
we
sorry.
got Chris, Aha, my brother, John,
Gary?
Garrett, and who's the other one? Oh, Smalls. Fuck Smalls.
Oh, is he coming by the way?
He might. Yeah, he might.
Oh, okay.
So
Son of a
all of
bitch.
us
I
are
hope
on
he
the
does.
all of us are on the trophy. Obviously,
Oh,
Aha.
shit, did I
Aha
ever send you my address? Didn't you text me for that earlier?
yeah, I got it.
Okay,
Yeah.
Whoops.
So, anyways, everyone is on that trophy. Obviously, Aha had like a 10-year hiatus from the league.
When you got married, I sent him out of the league.
Yeah. Oh, fuck that. You know
That's what did it.
So, Aha or Chris's name on the trophy would be nice, but my brother's team is pretty
Asterisk.
good.
Hey, shout out to my co-owner, Kev.
Yeah, Kevin
Oh,
Jackson.
yeah.
We all love Jackson.
We really do.
Okay, to round this podcast out here and to finish it up, we're going to do, Neil's Punt Talk 5. We're actually going to do our top 5 whiskeys by Aha. So, for those of you that don't know, Aha is a high school teacher. He has 2 months a year off. He is a single man. He lives his life. He travels around America in the summertime, does comedy shows, whiskey tastings, good food, and has a great time. So I told him, since I'm coming by today, this week's Punt Talk 5 is going to be his top 5 whiskeys, maybe with a little description of each. So Aha, take over the top 5 whiskeys today.
Okay. All right. So this is a tough one. I mean, Neil mentioned, like the whiskeys. These aren't all timers. This isn't, the pantheon. This is just kind of what I'm feeling right now. Number 1, is one I absolutely love. I'm out of it. I first got it like...
Wait, hold up. Let's go 5 backwards.
Okay. So we'll go number 5 first.
All right.
Number 5 is a role player. This is a cocktail whiskey. Pikesville Rye. Pikesville Rye is not a crazy expensive whiskey. It's got good spice. It's good proof. It's like something that is going to make a great cocktail. You can sip it on a rock. It's got, just a perfect go-to. Nothing fancy, but a very high-quality bottle. Nice. So Pikesville Rye is number 5. Number 4, I'm going to go with a local one. So we're in the Bay Area. So St. George Distillery in Alameda.
Okay.
They have a single malt scotch. So it's like a scotch, but it's an American whiskey. And it comes out every year. It's a limited release. And I've got maybe 4 different ones in my collection. And so those are always good. The St. George single malt American whiskey. And I like that it's local. I like that it's limited release. And my buddy John, he always tries to get it also. And so we help each other out. Hey, can I get 2? Can you get 2? So that's always a fun one.
What, a bottle barn or something?
Yeah, Bottle Barn. I got a Bevmo one year, and then Bevmo hasn't carried it since. So that's been kind of poopy. Number 3 on the list. Shout out Adam and Garrett living in Utah, land of the Mormons.
Get your whiskey there.
Good distillery though. High West Distillery is in Park City, and they have a rye that comes out every year. It's a seasonal rye in port barrels, and it's called a Midwinter's Night's Dram. So it's a Shakespeare play on words.
I like that.
So like whiskey and a pun. So I'm in.
I like that.
It's really good. I first tried it last winter. I did a whiskey tasting with some friends, and we all brought bottles that we had and liked, and one guy brought this bottle, and it was really good. It's a nice winter drink, and I was able to secure a bottle this year, maybe a month ago at Willoughby's, my local bottle barn. So that's a really good one, and I might force you to have some of it today. So that one was number 3. Number 2, this is a shout out to my coworker Jamil.
Shout out.
Shout out.
His daughter attends university in Scotland, and in the fall he flew out there to help get her set up. And when he was in Edinburgh, he found this bottle shop distillery, super small releases, and it's Thompson Brothers. And so he got me this bottle of scotch for my birthday. It's the Ben Rinnes release. 304 bottles were made.
Now, am I crazy to say?
Not a lot.
Am I crazy to say I've never seen it that color?
It's a pretty pale color. It's
very light.
It's very delicate. It's not like super peaty. I've got some that are like just smoke bombs. And
it smells more like whiskey than
scotch. This one is. It's a very balanced, very approachable, even if you're not a Scotch person.
It looks like a Chardonnay.
Yeah, it does kind of look like Chardonnay.
Yeah, when he brought it out.
Yeah, but it's killer. So I love that one, and appreciate that he thought of me when he was out there. Number 1. This is a ghost bottle for me. This is one that I had in my collection.
Where'd you get it? On your trip?
I got on my trip in 2017. I was in Louisville.
All right.
On my way out to Delaware for college. And I knew that there was this bar called Haymarket. And Haymarket Bar has over 300 whiskeys. And they also have a bottle shop attached to the bar. So a lot of the stuff that you drink there, you can buy there to bring home. And so when I went, I was, just traveling solo across the country. And I told the bartender that I wanted to try things that I could buy in the shop, and things that were, not widely available. And I gave him a price point of, $100 to $200 a bottle. Mm-hmm. And I was just doing local brews and local whiskeys neat, and spent a night there, from 8 until 2 or 3, and trying different stuff. And this was one that I really loved. It's Boone County.
And then you drove home, right? I'm kidding. It's jokes.
To California.
Boone County, 1833. And it's a really good bourbon. And I brought it home at the end of the summer and kind of nursed it. and Chris and I had finished one of them.
Yeah, we did. I still have the
cork, the
cork
stopper.
in my backpack
Yeah.
for some reason.
And so like
I woke up the next morning with it.
yeah.
Chris smells
Why
it every day.
why do I have this? Oh,
He
well.
smells it like every day.
Yeah, so it was one that like over a couple years, 2017, over the next year and a half, it went away. Killed the bottle, and then the next time I was in Louisville, I tracked down the same bottle at the same bar, and it was the last one they had, and so I got that, and that's the one that we just finished up maybe 6 months ago.
Yeah, it's delicious.
And then I was in Louisville a third time this last summer, and I went to a really nice bottle shop, and I loved it. And I asked the guy that was working there, hey, do you know anything about this particular whiskey? And he said, you can't. It's gone. It's gone.
That's awesome.
So-
But you got a bottle.
No, I'm out of it now.
But I'm saying
But
you had a
I've
bottle.
had 2 bottles of it, and
Nice.
so now it's just it's a ghost whiskey. It's just a memory.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Aha. Top 5. The Punt Talk 5 this week is Aha's Whiskeys, and he is the man to give the whiskey top 5 talk to. Did McCaffrey just score?
No, 23-yard rush though.
Oh, okay.
So-
Well, we're going to turn the Niner game on, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's
This is my phone
podcast. I'm going to shut the fuck up.
Sorry.
I'm going to try.
Sorry.
I'm going to try to do more. I want to do one with my brother too because I think it'd be hilarious. But
We got a movie talk going on with him.
yeah, movie. That's right, movie game.
Yeah.
The movie game we did was fun.
Oh, let's do a movie game.
That's fun.
Oh, let's do that.
We should.
Yeah,
Did we just watch
okay.
Antiques Roadshow?
Swear to God.
So, anyways, Punt Talk episode 8. Thank you guys for joining in and
Thanks,
listening, and I'm glad Chris and Aha joined. Thank you, Aha, for the whiskey talk, and check out that whiskey he's talking about because Aha knows best about his whiskey. So, all right, Punt Talk episode 8, and we're out. Thanks, peep. Psst, peeps.